Alright, look, I keep it on to the T. UBK play for kings. Ain't shit sweet, got soldiers on deck, and my younger did a sweet. This a whole nother way, boy. Tell them get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach, nigga. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat, boy. This shit is some wings. I'm gonna go, but they don't believe me. You know I'm winning with the team. Screaming, Benny, bitch. And them devils screaming out, bloody murder. I'm about to close the curtain. I'm gonna grind, bitch, I'm working. Sorry, on them lines, it ain't working. Your niggas weak, say the church. I'm a West nigga, that's for certain. They cross the line, I'm gonna back up and I'ma hit his ass with his Bible. And I come through 300 strong, 144 Leonidas. All my niggas weak. Men this bitch with the itis. Say, all y'all do the street. Tell y'all do the street. A nigga made the wrong move when he make his ass out the league. He ain't one of us hit the league. He ain't one of us here preach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All the niggas go retreat. I keep it on to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on deck, and my younger did a sweep. This a whole nother wave. Tell them get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. You see this look that's on my face, bitch, I'm for real with it. I hit the streets, but all my clicks was in the field with it. You saw this cotton just after Uncle Phil with it. And then my targets on the move, bitch, I can still hit it. Hey, I speak true cause it's necessary. Color Jack revolutionary. Cold on them like January. Commander General is a visionary. Soul food, no sweets. Your preacher man, he's sweet. Matter of fact, he weak. It's wartime for peace. Think you hard, nigga, you ain't. Fuck with us, nigga, you can't. You smart cars, we tanks. We form up in ranks. We body bag this rap shit. All black, no bright shit. Real life, no cap, bitch. Fall on, that's cap shit. I came on to the T. UBK play for keeps. Ain't shit sweet. Got soldiers on the deck, and my younger did a sweep. This a whole nother way. Tell them get the fuck off the beach. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat. I'm in the field with the cleats. Ain't one of us here breach. Come through all black gully jack, man. All them niggas go retreat, boy.
You understand? You done found a new grade in Hebrews that stand and walk with the Lord's statutes and commandments of the Most High. And we don't care who we got to come up against. You ain't standing before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on and gonna continue to take them all on.
Surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see them right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, on those ships who had to plead for life, took us to a place where ain't never safe there. Poisoning our food to put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwashed, we died for that same cause. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, no, they robber link a shit tonight. Praises to the Most High, I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background to make them mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. One Yashua Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. One Yashua Allah to all my Israelites.
Yasha'Allah, sons of the power, rise from the ghetto and Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Wanna be an Israelite, you gon' need more than fringes. You gon' need to show you go prove and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized from the lynching. Homicide, we the victim, homicide ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms, never getting treatment. Something he gotta sleep with. Stockholm syndrome so long that it ain't a secret. That's why I died for them brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite, crackers better get it right. Visions of my enemies, death flow through my dreams at night. If your mind ain't and we don't dream alike. Reporting live from hell, home of Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we Israelites. One Yashua Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we Israelites. One Yashua Allah to all my Israelites.
While they play the sidelines, comfortable on benches. Catch me on the front lines, put in work in trenches. Take a lesson, so they know they question. The love they reflection, no matter what the complexion, we got a common connection. A part of God's selection, a shot of the resurrection, through us achieving perfection. But to give life takes sacrifice. Battle demons every fight, short days and long nights. Less sleep and more fights, more wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite, blood of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites and die for my Israelites. We owe debt cause Christ paid the price, so we're ready to give their life, the life of an Israelite.
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we Israelites. One Yashua Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we Israelites. One Yashua Allah to all my Israelites.
All right, let's clap it up. It's an Isupk scripture breakdown class out of California. Police Officer Lahal, I'll be holding it down till Captain Gadalhar get here. All right, anybody got any questions? You got any questions, just bring them out now. Now I'm just going to go into my topic. You got a question on it? Go ahead. You got your hand up? Oh, no, it's like. All right, let me get, let me see. Let me get Genesis. Let me get Genesis, the 6th chapter, real quick. Genesis, the 6th chapter. All right, we're gonna talk about fallen angels real quick. All right, y'all understand that fallen angels is not in the Bible, right? Or like what Christians think. The way Christians break it down as the angels in heaven disobeying God and falling to the earth. Y'all ever heard that? Okay, no, sir. So we're gonna talk about that. So Genesis, the 6th chapter, is the scriptures they use to say that the angels disobey God. So let's touch on that real quick.
You want to start at verse 1, sir?
Let's start at 6 and 1. Come, we could.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 1. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair.
All right.
And they took them wives of all which they chose.
So now it says the sons of God, right? It's like the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. So now you would have to understand who are the sons of God. If you're a Christian, you would think that the sons of God are the angels, right? So the sons of God saw the daughters of men. So they say the sons of God are the angels, and the sons of men are, I guess, humans, right? So in their breakdown, they're saying that the angels saw the daughters of men. Keep going. And they took them wives.
And they took them wives of all which they chose.
Come on. Okay, no sweat. So now you would have to prove who the sons of God are, right? So now I know we got officers in here, so you would have to use a scripture showing who the sons of God are. If you got it, let me hear it. If not, I'll give it to you. There's 2 scriptures you can use to prove who the sons of God are. I'll give you give you like 2 minutes before I give you the scripture. It's actually in the New Testament. So you know that the sons of God are the sons of who? Go ahead, Adazam.
When it says the sons of God, it's referring to the children of Israel, sir?
No, because this predates
Salaki,
Israel,
Genesis.
right? Right, the sons of God, the sons of God. Sons of God would be the sons of Adam, right? In Genesis, he's talking about sons of God. So these would be Adam's lineage. So now you just need the precept proving that, though. All right. No sweat. Let's get. You got something? I see you scratching your head. It sounds like you got it.
I gotta find it first. It's in Genesis, though.
Oh, if you got something in Genesis, I'll take that. Go ahead, Nadazak. You got it?
1 John 3 and 2.
Let me hear it. What you got?
The book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and do it and doth not yet appear what we shall be.
Okay. It mentioned with the scripture you read mentions the Son of God. If it's not showing who's the Son of God. Okay, there's always a better scripture. You know what I'm saying? Something more precise. What you got, Idazam?
The one I got is Genesis 9 and 26.
Genesis 9:26. Go ahead.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 9, verse 26. And he said,
Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. So I just use that scripture because this is going into like the three sons of Noah and just going more into depth of that the Lord is a God of a specific people.
Okay. It's not what I'm looking for. Go ahead, Ashko, what you got?
Cross, I found this one online. First John 3:1. So like I didn't have it memorized, but this is one I came across here. First John 3:1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of God. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not.
Okay, again, you just put in the scripture that says sons of God, right? Let's get Luke 3:38. Let's get that real quick. Go ahead.
So this is a precept for what scripture?
Of who the sons of God are. So we're in Genesis 6:1. And it says that the sons of God saw the daughters of men. Right? So you want to prove who the sons of God are.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 3. You said verse 38, sir?
Luke 3:38.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 3, verse 38. Which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam.
Of who?
Which was the son of Adam.
Which was the son of Adam.
Which was the son of God.
Which was the son of who?
Son of God.
You understand that, right? So now here's the whole point of that. You're showing that Adam was the son of God, right? So now you go back to Luke, so like Genesis 6:2. Read that.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 2. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men.
So now the sons of God, now you understand that, right? Who the sons of God, which are the sons of Adam. So the way you want to read that is that the sons of Adam, right, saw the daughters of men. So who would be the daughters of men? Go ahead. Go ahead. Adizam, you had your hand up.
So like the daughters of men would be like from a heathen nation, like a different nation.
The other races, right? Because you have to understand this too, is that there was other races around. You understand? It wasn't just Adam and his lineage. There was other races other than Adam and his lineage, right? So the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair. Go ahead.
Which they were that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. Verse 3. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh.
Go ahead.
Yet his days shall be 120 years.
And then you understand that what the Lord do? The Lord shorten our lives because of what? What was the issue, or what was the sin? What was the evil that we committed, or the sons of Adam committed right here? This would be, go ahead. You gonna say something? Interracial marriage. You understand? This would be the mixing. And the Lord, since the beginning, since Genesis, did not want mixing. You understand? You're reading the book of Genesis where the Lord flooded the earth because of races mixing. You understand that? The Lord never wanted unity amongst all races of people. The Lord always wanted division. He always wanted division amongst the races of people. You understand? Keep going.
Come. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also flesh.
All right.
Yet his days shall be 120 years.
And he's shortened our lifespan, right? And you think about this, what was the lifespan of people back then? How long were people living back then? Go ahead. About 900. 900 years, 800 years. You know what I'm saying? It was that's a life right there. You know what I'm saying? In 2022, you'd be lucky to even make it to 50. You know what I'm saying? You'd be lucky if you even make past 25. You know what I'm saying? That's how damaged we are as a people. Keep going.
Verse 4. There were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old men renowned.
Men of renown.
Renown, Salakia. Men of renown.
Right. And then so you go to verse 4 where it says there were giants in the earth. These are just talking about what? Famous men. Right? So you had interracial marriage, the kids became famous, known, right? So Christians read this and they think these are actual giants. Who doesn't know what I'm talking about? Salakia. If you're in the world and you're watching conspiracy theories, you will know what I'm talking about. If not, let me know. So I can explain the whole thing to you. Y'all good?
You said if we know, so like, you said if we know what you're talking about to raise our hand.
If you know what I'm talking about, as in the giants. So like when Christians read this, they're thinking about actual giants. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Jehovah's Witnesses believe something similar to that.
Okay. So they think. Go ahead, Slocky.
God, I don't know what God, but somebody came down and had sex with people. They also
Right.
believe, this is off topic, but they believe that Christ came and had children.
Right. You understand?
That's off the topic.
No, you good. Those are just conspiracy theories. You understand? So that's one of them. The angels fell from heaven, had sex with sex with women, produced, and then they had giants. That's a lie, of course. You understand? With that one, pass the class to Priest and Captain Gadalhar.
Clap it up. This computer, it's not working or something? All right, Christ. All right, let's get it. You got any tonic water? No? All right, no sweat. It's all good. Most High Christ. Akim, y'all got any questions?
I got a question, sir.
Go ahead.
I gotta get it real quick.
No sweat. Any other questions? Going to Revelations. Gonna go into what's Salakia? Let me see. Salakia. Revelations, 1 second. Fishing in faith. We'll go into that. We'll grab a little history. And then we'll finish it in Lamentations, all right? 1 second. Yeah. Lamentations. Hold on 1 second. I had the topic. I missed it. Okay. There it is. Got you. All right. We're going to what's a woman's role as well, all right? Let's go. You got the question ready, y'all? Y'all got any questions on YouTube, just type it in. Go ahead.
Isaiah 55:1.
Isaiah 55:1. Pull it.
Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah 55:1.
Are those mine? So like it. I swear. Go ahead. Nah, you good. Go ahead. Read it.
Oh, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters.
Mm-hmm.
And he that hath no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. I want to get a breakdown on those two verses, sir, if I could.
What's your question?
So like I just want to get a breakdown on it.
Oh, do you have a specific question or just want to break down? No sweat. I can break it down for you. No sweat. Read it for me one more time.
The book of Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 1. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters.
Right. If you thirsty, come to the water. So now obviously, what are we talking about? Go ahead.
The truth.
Okay. Yes, but I'm saying like what is that talking about? If he's saying all ye that thirsteth, come to the water. What are you saying? What are they that thirst? What are they? Not to that.
Curious?
Huh?
Curious?
Not curious. And this is a good precept for a topic I'm gonna go into too. Go ahead.
People.
Now they're people, but what is their thirst? Like if he's saying, "Come ye that thirst, come to the waters." Go ahead.
Is that precept in Matthew 5 and 6, I believe?
What did he say?
He that blesses he that thirsteth for righteousness, for he shall be filled.
Okay, yes, I'll take that. I gotta give it to him. Give him a hand. That's good. What you gonna say, Lahat?
I was gonna say life. Like you want some life.
Right. These are the people that are suffering. Right? These are people, that's what you want to use. They are suffering. They want to be what? Healed. They want their thirst to be quenched. Right? Go ahead. So reading from the top, come all those that thirst. Go ahead.
Isaiah 55 and 1. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters.
Mm-hmm.
And he that have no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price.
Right. Who is the people that have no money? That Isaiah's talking to. Who is he talking to? To the poor. Who are the poor? Black and Hispanics, right? He's saying, even though you don't have money, come here so I can feed you, so you can eat. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price.
Man, come buy wine and milk without money and without price. How are they buying it with no money and no price? Go ahead.
It's being taught to them.
Yes, but what else though? Think about it like in the sense of if I'm sick and I want to be healed, but I have no money to buy medicine, what can I buy it with though?
What can you buy medicine with?
Yeah, don't think about medicine though. What can I buy? I don't want to give it to you. Not that.
Like buy or how can I get it?
Okay, if I don't have money to go to the doctor, I don't have health insurance. Well, I don't want to say health insurance. I'm making it too technical. Okay, if I'm going somewhere to get wine, to get these things, mind you, these are all metaphors, right? To get these things without money, and he's saying, "Come here, you'll still buy it though. You're still gonna buy it. How am I buying it?"
I was gonna say you would beg for it, but
That's good. I'll take it. Beg. Go ahead.
Like you're giving something in exchange for it?
What though?
Or in this context, yourself.
Okay. Your faith. Think about it like that. Your faith. I'm buying this with faith. The only way I can get healed is if what? If I go ahead.
If you believe.
If I believe. Y'all understand, right? Believing is the reason why you get healed. If you don't believe, you will never get healed. You understand? If you don't think that this is the truth, then you'll never be in it. You get me, right? Like you got to believe that this is the truth. You got to believe it, right? I'm going to show you a precept. Hold that. Give me Mark 5 and 24 or 23. Try those, all right? What happened? The mic was off?
I put the mic right here so you can hear the crowd.
Go ahead, read it for me.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 5, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahushua went with him, and much people followed him.
Go ahead.
And thronged him. You read?
Yep.
Verse 25. And a certain woman, which had an issue of blood 12 years, and had suffered many things of many physicians,
Mm-hmm.
and had spent all that she had, and was nothing better, but rather grew worse.
You understand? So she was very poor, and she had an issue with blood, meaning for 12 years she was bleeding. You understand? She had a period for 12 years. Just couldn't stop. You get what I'm saying? She had a real sickness about it, right? And she went to every doctor and spent every last dollar she had to be healed, right? And then she seen Christ coming. Go ahead.
Verse 27. When she had heard, Yahushua came in the press behind and touched his garment.
And touches what?
His garment.
Go ahead.
Verse 28. For she said, if I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole.
You understand, right? If I can just touch Christ, I'll be whole. Go ahead.
Verse 29. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up.
Say it again.
And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up.
Man, she was healed when she touched Christ, right? Go ahead, keep reading.
And she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague.
Mm-hmm.
He reads her?
Yep.
Verse 30. And Yahushua, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him.
Right. So like she touched him and he felt like he lost a little power. You get what I'm saying? What is virtue? Virtue is goodness, right? So he felt like he lost a little bit of his goodness because this woman came and just basically grabbed it from him. Just stole it from him. Go ahead.
Would this also be because she was technically unclean at that time too? But she touched him?
Okay, she was definitely unclean, but this is not that though. They're not that, right? Go ahead.
Verse 30. And Yahushua, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him.
Let me explain. Because if a woman who's unclean touches you, that doesn't make you less. That doesn't make you less good. You get what I'm saying? Like we touch unclean women all the time. That doesn't make us less good that day. That would make us unclean. What makes us less good is if we come to class. You get what I'm saying? What makes us less good if we go to camp? You know what I mean? That would make us less good. But touching an unclean woman doesn't make you less good. Right? Go ahead.
Turned him about in the press and said, who touched my clothes?
Right. He said he looking. And just imagine Christ is at camp, right there at camp. And while you at camp, everyone is walking towards you. So you know how you got brothers on post, right? And brothers and sisters are walking towards him. And the disciples are behind Christ. And Christ is in the front of the camp, right? On Shamor. Go ahead. So he like, damn, who touched my clothes? Because he felt that goodness leave him. Go ahead.
Verse 31. And his disciples said unto him, thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou, who touched me?
Right. He said, you see all these people over there, everybody touching you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 32. And he looked round about to see her that had done this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 33. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him.
Right. So she felt bad. She's like, damn, I went and touched Christ. And now he's asking, like, who touched me? Who did that? Right. Go ahead.
And told him all the truth.
Mm-hmm. She said, man, I'm the person. I went and touched you because I had this sickness about me. And if I knew if I touched you, that I'll be healed from this sickness. Right. Go ahead.
And he said unto her, daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole.
Thy what had made thee whole?
Thy faith
Go ahead.
hath made thee whole.
Mm-hmm.
Go in peace.
Go in peace. You understand? That's important. That's what you got to tell people in the world. You can come to every single class you want to. You can go to every camp. You can listen to every video on YouTube of the Isupk. If you don't believe, you'll never be whole. You understand? So what you want to tell them is you got to believe. You got to have that faith. And she had that faith, knowing that she touched Christ, she'll be healed. Christ didn't do nothing to her. He said, man, your faith made you whole. That's what healed you. You understand, right? You had your hand up, out? You had your hand up? No sweat. Let's go back to Isaiah 55:1 now. Now read where you was at.
The book of Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Come, buy wine and milk without money and without price.
Now you understand, right? So why are they buying this now, Oscar?
They're buying it through their faith.
You understand? Through their work. Just like you, right? Just like anyone that comes into the truth. It comes into the truth, and we say, man, come here. We got food, we got drinks, we got all these things for you. Just come to class. Just come to class. Do we charge anybody for a drink? We charge anybody for plates of food at the barbecue, anything? No. Their faith, their work is they showed up. So our job is to feed them. Y'all understand, right? Keep going.
Verse 2.
Is it you need this verse too?
No, sir.
Go ahead.
Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread?
Mm-hmm.
And your labor for that which satisfieth not.
You understand that? You going to places that don't satisfy you. You're spending your money with people who can't heal you, who can't protect you, who can't give you that, who can't. Give me John, right? Give me John when Christ said, I'll give you this water that you shall thirst no more. Y'all know what priest I'm talking about? It's John 4, the 4th chapter, I believe, right? Go up to 20 something. You keep reading where you at.
And your labor, so like it, verse 2. Wherefore did ye spend money for that which is not bread,
Mm-hmm.
and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good.
You understand, right? Hearken diligent. Listen to me and eat that which is good. If you listen to me, I'm going to feed you, and you're going to be good and well. You're not going to be dissatisfied. You understand? I'm going to give you this thing, and you're going to be filled. Y'all with me, right? No sweat. Now give me John, where Christ said to the Syrophoenician woman, Syrophoenician or the not the Syrophoenician, the what's it, huh? Sumerian woman, right? Read that real quick. He said, when he asked her to pour him some water. Let's start from there. Go ahead.
The book of John, chapter 4 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water.
Right. So we got to understand that this woman was a heathen. You understand, right? Go ahead.
Yahushua saith unto her,
There's one brother's fine. Go ahead.
give me to drink.
Right. The Lord said unto her, give me to drink. Go ahead.
For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9. Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, how is it that thou, being a Jew, asketh drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria?
Go ahead.
For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans.
Mm-hmm.
Yahushua answered and said unto her, if thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him.
Go ahead. Tell me to the part where he said, I'm going to give you a drink where you thirst no more, I believe.
Oh, God.
Go ahead.
And he would have given thee water, living water, Salakia.
What verse you at?
Verse 13.
Verse 13. This is 4 and 13, right?
Come.
Go ahead.
Yahushua answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again.
Whosoever shall drink it of what water? What water is he talking about? Go ahead.
The water he was asking the Sumerian woman to give him?
Right, which is the physical water, right?
Come.
That's the physical water that he's talking about. So he's saying, whosoever shall drink of this water, go ahead.
Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again.
If you drink of this water, you might thirst again. Go ahead.
But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him.
Read again.
But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst.
Y'all understand, right? You understand that, Oscar?
I know the breakdown, but I don't know I was over there, so I don't know the.
Okay, no sweat. The breakdown is this, right? There is a water that's physical that makes you thirst again. That's the thing that they're laboring for, right? If you go back to Isaiah 55 and 2, remember he said that you labor. Read that again, Salakia. Read that again, and we'll read this part. Hold where you at, Natazar?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 2,
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of the verse, and your labor for that which satisfieth not.
Go ahead.
Hearken diligently.
Wait. That for your labor. One more time. Read a line before that.
Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which.
One more line.
That was the first verse.
One more above it though.
Isaiah 55 and 1. Come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 2. Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread?
You understand, right? Wherefore that you spend money for that which is not bread. Go ahead.
And your labor for that which satisfieth not.
Right. So when you're laboring, you're with what? What does laboring mean?
Working, physically working.
You're working, right? You're working for a wage and you're not satisfied. You understand, right? So Christ said, read that part. Not that.
Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again.
So now he's saying, if you drink of this physical water, you're going to thirst again. You will thirst again, right? You drink water every day, right? You wake up in the morning, you drink some more water. Drink water throughout the whole day because you're thirsty. Still thirsty, right? Go ahead.
But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst.
And what is that water that the Lord is giving him? I need a precept too. Go ahead.
I don't know the verse, sir, but is it the one where it says
pull it. I need you to pull it. And I just
out of my mouth runs
I think I just gave it to y'all not too long ago. Give me John 17 and 17.
Book of John, chapter 17, verse 17. Sanctify them through thy truth.
Through that what?
Through thy truth.
Go ahead.
Thy word is truth.
You understand that? That's how you cleanse somebody, right? That's not the one I wanted, though. There's another one with water. Go ahead, Lahab. You got it, Oscar?
I know it's in Jeremiah, sir. That's the one you want.
Okay, Lahab, if you got it, go ahead. Shalom. How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Come on, quickly, though. We need it. Go ahead.
Ephesians 5:26.
That's the one. Salaki. Go ahead.
That he may sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
That's not the one. It's literally drinking.
Like that.
Go ahead.
Is it Jeremiah 2:13?
Let me hear it.
For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters.
That's it. That's the one. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
For my people have committed two evils.
Go ahead.
They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can't hold no water.
The part you want is that they forsaken me, the fountain of living water, because he's the truth. You understand? That's what you want to use. He is the water. He is the truth, and they forsaken him. But you want to use the example of him being the water. Y'all with me? All right, no sweat. Good to go on that up?
Oscar?
Okay, go ahead.
So the last part in verse 2, I know the last class you broke down fatness.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the definition you gave.
Fatness is let's think about it like in the term of how we use the word. We don't really use the word fat. That's more like an East Coast word, but think about fat. Like if you see a car, you like, or a house, and this house is fat. I don't even know how to use the word. I don't use the word ever. But y'all understand what I'm saying, right? East Coast cats usually use that word, right?
So that's what it means in this last sentence here too?
Yes, read it.
And let your soul delight itself in fatness.
In fatness, meaning what?
Like you're gonna be satisfied.
Yes, being satisfied or having a good, like think about it and having a good life in that sense, right? Dwell in fatness, meaning like meaning you're gonna have your children, you're gonna have land, you're gonna have a home. You get what I'm saying? Like let that be the fatness of life. All those things. You understand? You could pull that precept where you said that brother waxed fat and kicked. You want to pull that? Yeah, you can use that one. Because to wax fat is to live off live wealthy. And to kick it. That's literally what kick means.
So right here would mean
and kick your feet up. Go ahead.
Because you know how you broke it down, you said that it means it's not talking about bread or money, it's talking about the truth.
Right.
So wax fat in the truth is what it's saying. Like your life gonna be better than you think.
Perfect, exactly. You understand, right? Yeah, like the thing is, people automatically this is where people might get messed up, right? You believe because you came into the truth, your life should be perfect after that. That's not true. You understand? The Lord said he's going to try a man, right? He's going to try a man. He's going to try a sister. Give me, matter of fact, when you pull that from me in Peter's Lahab, where he said, don't find it strange when these things come against you. You know what I'm talking about? And Peter's, and then also if you could pull Ecclesiastes 2 and 1 in the Apocrypha, right? Those two go together. Of course, endure hardness. You can use that. There's another one I was going to use. What'd you just say, Oscar? Okay, no. Let me see that one. Boom. And then also, the Lord tries the reins of a man. Y'all know that precept? You can look it up, right? Just look up the Lord tries the reins of a man on Google. They'll pop up, all right? Right here, Jeremiah 17 and 10, all right? Jeremiah 17 and 10. So give me the other two precepts and then we'll read Jeremiah 17 and 10 last. Nazar, go ahead.
Did you still want Deuteronomy 32?
What's that?
Wax and fat.
Oh, yeah, if you can read that for the brother, yep.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 15.
Go ahead.
But Jeshurun, waxed fat and kicked.
Right, go ahead.
Thou art waxen fat. Thou art grown thick.
You understand? Go ahead.
Thou art covered with fatness. Then he for
That's it. Okay. He's covered with fatness, and that wasn't literally meaning the way his weight is. It's talking about how great he was living. You understand? All right. So you can pull those. You got that, Lahab? Go ahead.
1 Peter 4:12.
So like the what we're going on is what? Because you come into the truth, some people might get the misconception that you believe that life should be smooth now, right? You believe that the Lord, you in the right place and nothing wrong should happen now. Well, that's a sadly, you're sadly mistaken if you believe that. You understand, right? Because now you're gonna come into a place where you're not used to your vices being a thing that you can lean on when you're struggling. You understand? You're coming to a place where you got to fight yourself all the time and win and expected to win the battle and not lose the battle. You understand, right? So you're coming to that place, and this place makes you deal with reality, makes you fight your lust, fight your demons, and struggle with being good, right? This is this place. Like in a world, right, you're allowed to be evil. And no one is supposed to see your evil. Everyone says that no one's perfect, right? That no one's perfect. We all fall short. But in this place, you say you have to strive for perfection. That's also in the Bible where Paul said he strives for perfection. And there's when Christ also said, "Be ye therefore perfect." You understand? So this is the place where you have to fight it. And now, if you continue to fight, that doesn't mean your battles go away, right? You're going to keep having to battle until you die. But there is blessings that the Lord will give you. You understand, right? The Lord will bless you in this place where you say, damn, I did struggle for a year or whatever. But then the Lord was with me. You get what I mean? The Lord is with you. So when people also tend to think that when you're going through a bad time that the Lord is against you, that's not true. You understand, right? Like that doesn't mean that the Lord is against you. That means Satan is testing you and testing your faith. That's what that means. And the Lord is with you if you continue to do the right thing in your low state. You understand, right? So let's read these precepts just to give you some strength and let you understand how the Lord works, right? Go ahead.
1 Peter 4:12. Beloved.
Right. So now he says, beloved, my loved one. Y'all heard that before, right? Beloved, go ahead.
Think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you.
Right. Think it not strange. Don't think it's a strange thing when you go through these fiery trials. Those fiery trials are what? Set forth in front of you so you can battle them. You get what I mean? So you can go in front of it and see how you're battle tested. You understand? So you might go through some things where you fail, right? You fail. And sometimes when people fail, what do they tend to do? Artisan? They'll give up. That's the point. You understand? Somebody also give me that precept where the Lord said, a young man, right? Give me that. Look up, it's in Jeremiah, I believe, when he says, the righteous man falleth 7 times and get up 7 times. Y'all familiar with that? You can also hold that for me at the end, all right? Go ahead, Lyle.
As though some strange thing,
read it from the top.
Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
Right. So you can't look at this thing that's happening to you as a strange thing. These are things that are going to happen to all of us. You understand? All these fiery trials are going to happen to us. That is the baptism that Christ talked about. Remember what Slaki and John talked about, right? John said he indeed baptized you in water, but Christ is going to baptize you in the Holy Spirit and fire. That fire that he was talking about was the trials that you're going to have to go through and still be perfect. You understand? That's what he was talking about. That's the baptism. So when you came in here, you learned those tools to learn how to fight that fire when it happens so you don't turn evil. You understand? Keep going.
But rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings.
Rejoice because you are partakers of whose suffering?
Christ's suffering.
You understand, right? Christ went through those same things. Christ was just like us. He fought those demons, though, right? You go Luke the 4th chapter, he fought so many demons. You know what I mean? He was a brother who didn't have a woman, right? So he fought that demon as well of wanting a woman and wanting to have sex with a woman. He fought that thing too, right? That which is not a sin, but he know that it was going to be a distraction for him, so he didn't do it. You understand? He was about his father's business. Y'all familiar when he said that, right? Keep going.
That when his glory shall be revealed,
Mm-hmm.
you may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Right. So you suffer through these things so you can be rejoicing with exceeding joy. Go ahead.
If ye be reproached for the name of Christ.
So now, if you get reproached, which everyone in here will be, right? Everyone, there's someone in your life that's gonna tell you you're in some cult, you're crazy, you're a nut, right? That you're, you're going through a phase that, that's not what the Bible means, and right, they'll pull precepts on you, and you'll be like, "Damn, this is exactly what the brother was talking about, right? This is exactly what Cap was talking about." What happens? Because everyone's gonna go through this, right? If you haven't already, you're gonna go through these things when you're gonna get reproached for serving Christ. Right? Do Christians get reproached? I don't know if they do. Y'all tell me. I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I don't believe they do like you do. Right? Go ahead.
Happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of the Most High rested upon you.
But the spirit of glory and the Most High rests upon you. That's what you got to understand, right? The spirit of the Lord is with you, and it rests upon you. If not, no one's going to reproach you. It's because they're the same thing as you, a sinner. You understand? You know why people don't like you? Because you're trying to be perfect. You're trying to be good, and being good and being perfect in this world is a crime. Because they're going to be automatically, they're going to say, "What, you think you're better than me?" Well, because I smoke a little weed, and now you don't smoke weed no more. You better than me, right? Because I smoked sex, because I had sex with 3 men last week, so now you just better than me now, right? That's what they'll tell you. That's how they feel. So the demon that's on them is going to make you feel like, well, damn. I ain't say that, but that's how you feel, right? Go ahead.
On their part, he is evil spoken of.
Mm-hmm. On their part, he is evil spoken of. Go ahead.
But on your part, he is glorified.
He is what?
Glorified.
And why is he glorified? Go ahead.
I would say because like you're suffering the way he suffered too.
That's it. You understand? Because you're suffering like he did. You suffered those things. And that's what allows you to get into the kingdom of heaven. Remember, in the world, you would think getting into heaven was an easy thing. I remember I used to think that, I was taught that you say, if you say, "Please, Lord, forgive me," on your last breath, you get into heaven. I depended on that. I don't know about y'all. I was like, I'm for sure getting to heaven because I'm going to have one last thing to say. But then you find out it's way harder than that to get to the kingdom of heaven. You understand? It's way harder than that. The Lord is trying to make sure that the right people get in there. You know what I mean, right? So when you're struggling, you're fighting through these things, it's because the Lord wants to make sure that you're worthy enough. All right? So you can drop that out. Give me the other precept I called. Oscar War. You got it?
Jeremiah, was it?
Huh?
The one in Jeremiah?
What's that one? What's that one in Jeremiah? No, I want to hold that to the second to last. What you holding, Isaac? What you holding, Isaac?
I'm holding the Jeremiah 17:10.
Okay, there's one more. Oh, Ecclesiastes 2:1. If you could grab that one time. 2:1 through 5. And these precepts right here are good for you when anytime you feeling like, unsure, right? Anytime you're feeling unsure about what you're actually doing and how your faith is, these are good precepts to read and go into and just to shore your mind up on what you're doing. You understand? Go ahead, Who got Ecclesiastes? Go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
If you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation, right? You understand, right? So if you come to serve God, you're going to be tempted. That's the point. You're going to be tempted. Tempted what? Tempted to leave, tempted to do sins, tempted to do things that you know that are wrong, right? Those are the temptations that are going to come. So the Lord said, prepare yourself to be tempted, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2, set thy heart aright.
But get your mind right, though. That's what he's saying. That's your heart is what? Your mind, right? You want to get your mind right. Always have your mind right. And having your mind right means to be what, in other words? Focused. You understand? Stay focused, because once you're not focused, you're distracted. And once you're distracted, you sin. Y'all with me? Go ahead.
And constantly endure.
Constantly endure. Constantly endure. Give me hold that. All right. Give me Ecclesiastes 4:28. Not to Zach. Keep reading.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
And then when there's time that are troubling, right? There's gonna be troubling times. In those troubling times, don't make rash decisions. You understand? Don't make rash decisions. Always be patient when it comes to everything, except for serving God. Never be patient to serve God. A lot of people say, well, I got to stop smoking, then I'm going to come serve God. No, come in class, high as hell, get cut, and stop smoking. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Keep going.
Verse 4, whosoever is brought upon thee, take, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Right. So listen, he said, whatsoever was brought upon you, take cheerfully. There's gonna be things that come against you. He said, man, take it cheerfully. It's all right. Happens to all of us. You understand? It's gonna happen to every single one of us. He said, take it cheerfully. That's such a hardcore thing to say to someone who does not want to be cheerful and during bad times. He said, take it cheerfully. Go ahead.
And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Read it again.
And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Listen, when you're at the bottom, right? You ever heard this term? When people hit rock bottom or they feel like they're at the bottom, right? It's almost the best place to be. Why do I say that though? Young man.
The term, the only way from the bottom is up. Is that what you're saying?
Right. If you hit rock bottom, you only can go up from there, right? So if you feel like you're really low in a low state or feeling, down, there's only one place you can go, and that's up. But the problem is with Black people and Hispanic people, we love being low. We love being depressed and sad because the world accepts that. The world accepts your depression and your sadness and all those things. But we tell you to fight that because demons want you to be sad. Demons want you depressed. Demons want you low. Demons are constantly telling you in your ear what you need. And the thing that you need is not what you think you need. You understand? You think you need something. You think there's something you have to, have in order to satisfy your lust. But that's not what you need. You need to ignore that thing that you think you need. Y'all with me, right? You have to ignore that thing because once you ignore it, then you can come out of darkness. But if you keep listening to it, you'll stay in darkness. Who got it? Keep going. Was that brother reading? Who is reading right now? Isupk, can you get the door? Keep going out.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2 and verse
4.
Verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
One more time.
For gold is tried in the fire.
For what is tried in the fire?
Gold.
Gold is tried in the fire. You understand? Gold men and gold women are tried through fire. You want to be gold? What does it mean to be gold in this context? Go ahead.
You said what is gold in this context?
Mm-hmm.
A person.
Okay. What does gold do? Yeah, that's true. But what does gold do?
It
shines. And in order to shine, you have to go through something. If you ever go on YouTube and find out how gold is made, it goes through fire. You understand, right? Goes through a big furnace and it's, looks painful, but then once it's done, it shines. You understand? So that's what you are. The Lord said gold is tried through fire. Go ahead.
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Take me to the end of 5.
That was the end of 5.
Salaki. So we good, right? Now give me Jeremiah.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 10.
Jeremiah 17 and 10. Let's go.
You want me to start at 9, sir?
Yes, because this goes into what the mind is, right? What the heart is. Salaki, go ahead.
Jeremiah 17 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
The heart is deceitful above all things.
One more time.
The heart is deceitful above all things.
You understand? What is your heart attached to? Salaki. How do I say this? What does your heart? Go ahead, Commodore. No, not like that. In this context, right? Like when someone says follow your heart, what are they saying? Not that. Follow your emotions, right? Follow how you feel. And every time when you feel something, every feeling ain't the right feeling. You understand? That's why we say the heart is deceitful above all things. Because your heart going to tell you what? Something that you want, something that makes you feel good. But your mind, where your conscience lives, is the thing that you got to listen to. Because your mind tells you what's right from wrong. Your heart always going to feel. When someone says, man, you should follow your heart. Following your heart, that could be a trap. You get what I'm saying? And you don't want to follow your heart because it's tied to emotions. And you can't make decisions while you're emotional. You understand, right? So the scripture says what? One more time?
The heart is deceitful above all things.
It's deceitful above all things. Why is it deceitful? Because it's attached to feelings. And if you know you a soldier now as you became, you a priest, you do not get emotional. You do not be in your feelings. If someone checks you and you feel some way about it, you still, hey, why you talk to me like that? You're being emotional. You get what I'm saying? You're being emotional. You shouldn't be emotional. You shouldn't be, attached to so much feelings, because feelings are, how you say that, manipulative. Go ahead. Jeremiah 17:9. Keep going.
And desperately wicked. Who can know it?
Right, desperately wicked, and who can know it? Go ahead.
Verse 10. I the Lord search the heart.
Right, I the Lord search the heart. Go ahead.
I try the reins.
And I try the reins. Go ahead.
Even to give every man according to his ways.
Even to give every man according to his ways. Meaning this, man. The Lord, when they say, when the Christians say, God know my heart, he sure do. He know you a wicked bastard, homosexual, and all that. He knows that about you, right? And he also knows that about you in here. And he will search you out, and he will give you what you can handle. You understand? There's nothing that the Lord gives you. You can pull that precept. You know that precept? Where the Lord said, there's nothing he won't give you that you can't handle. I'm paraphrasing. Now I'll find it for you. 1 second. 1 second. Hold on. I think it's in James. What's up? You got it?
1 Corinthians 10:13.
Yeah, that's what I got right here too. 1 Corinthians 10:13. Any more on that? No sweat. So read that last line one more time so we can. No sweat. Go ahead.
I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways.
He tries the reins, right? The reins of a man is what you can feel like. Or so like he'll take you to a breaking point, but he won't break you. You understand? He won't break you. There's a point where you feel like you're gonna be broke, but he won't break you. You feel me? And he knows that you can handle it. He knows you can take it. He knows it because he made you. So he pushes you to that part and see how you are. Right? Now give me 1 Corinthians. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 10:13.
Mm-hmm.
There had no temptation taken you, but such as common to man.
There's no temptation that taking you, but the thing that is very common to men, right? Go ahead.
But the Most High is faithful,
Mm-hmm.
who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able.
You understand, right? He's not gonna suffer you to be tempted above what you're able. He's not gonna go. He's not gonna go over the limit of how you operate. You understand? So there's a place that he can take you to, knowing that you can get it out of it. So when you sin or when you fail that task, know that you were just weak. You understand? Just know that you were just weak, and he knows that you were just weak. Y'all with me, right? So there is a place that the Lord can take you, but he will not break you. He will not take you out of your character. Your character can suffer those things. Some people might not be able to suffer those things. Maybe their thing is something else. Like I hear so many stories coming up in the truth where I'm like, I hear some brother's story. I'm like, God damn, I'm glad that didn't happen to me because I would have broke me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Jesus Christ, but this brother just might be so much stronger than me. So I'm like, well, shit, well, that's for him. That's not for me. You understand, right? So you hear so many different stories, and you're like, wow, that's wild. But the Lord tries you in those ways, and you're expected to win, right? A precept about that. Let me get 2nd Ezra 7:57, right? Go ahead. Read that first. Okay, keep going.
Will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape.
One more time. He will make he said what?
But will with the temptation also make a way to escape.
He will make a way for you to escape the temptation. There's an out in every way. There's an out from it. I don't know what that out is for you, but I for sure seen outs. I don't know about you, seen it, but I seen outs, right? So when you feel like you about to do that thing that would break you, break the law, the Lord gives you an out. You understand? Yeah, give you an out, and you better see and recognize that out as something that the Lord is having mercy on you with. You understand, right? So now give me 2nd Ezra 7:52. Take me up to 7:57. All right.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra.
You got that? You got that precept, young man? Righteous man falleth 7 times, get up 7 times. That sound about right. Proverbs what? No sweat. Just find it. Let me know when you got it. Go ahead. You got? Yeah. Start at 7:52 all the way to 7:57.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 52.
Mm-hmm.
And that the glory of the Most High is kept to defend them which have led a weary life.
Go ahead.
Whereas we have walked in the most wicked ways of all. Verse 53. And that there should be showed a paradise whose fruit endureth forever.
Keep going.
Wherein is security and medicine.
Keep going. Since
we shall not enter into it, for we have walked in unpleasant places.
Right. So now, Esdras is speaking to an angel. The prophet Esdras is having a vision, right? And in his vision, he's talking to an angel, and he's telling this angel about the certain conditions that he had or people have in life where, you know, it should break them. It's some things that just some people can't endure or go through, right? That's what he thinks, talking to the angel. So you think about someone who's been a child and been molested as a child, a woman, right? Molested at 8 years old, 9 years old, a boy who's been molested, someone who's been raped, someone who's been, seen a murder in front of their face, or someone who grew up in poor conditions, or a crack baby, right? So he's giving these examples of people who live those type of lives, right? And he's telling the angel, like, how can this person be expected to get the kingdom of heaven when they're such at a disadvantage? That's what he's basically saying. This person is such at a disadvantage that there is no way that he can become healed. There's no way that he can realize that, the Lord is with him, and, one day that he can overcome those things, right? So that's what he's asking or telling the angel, right? Keep going.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 55.
Mm-hmm.
And that the faces of them which have used abstinence shall shine above the stars.
Go ahead.
Whereas our faces shall be blacker than darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 56. For while we lived and committed iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death.
Right. So like you think you won't suffer for things after you die. You will. You understand? You will. There's a judgment called life. You come back into life after dying and suffer more turmoil because of your sins of your past life, right? Keep going.
Verse 57.
So now this is what the angel says to him. Go ahead.
Then answered he me.
Then the angel said to Esdras, go ahead.
And said, this is the condition of the battle.
Right. So now, hold on. Stop right there. Jump to 47. I want to hear what he said in 47. Yeah.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 47. For what profit is it for men now is this present time to live in heaviness?
Right. So now he's saying, what does it profit a man to live in heaviness? You understand? What does it profit a man to live in heaviness? Go ahead.
And after death to look for punishment.
And after death, look for punishment. Go ahead.
Verse 48. O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For thou
He said he blaming Adam now, right? Because Adam is the brother who brought sin into the world. You understand? Through his wife, right? He brought sin into the world. He said, "Oh, thou Adam, go ahead."
For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. Verse 49. For what profit
Stop the water.
For what profit is it unto us if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death?
Right. So because we're sinners in our life, we bring works that bring death, right? And he's blaming Adam because this was one thing about Adam. Adam was a Hebrew. He was never an Israelite, right? But he was the forefather of the Israelites, right? The Lord chose him and loved him. And Adam being weak and sinning, right? Just like this, right? I'll give you an example. Because Adam was weak and was a sinner, his grandchildren will be weak and sinners. You understand? It's just like a cat who's an alcoholic, right? If you're an alcoholic, your son will be more than likely an alcoholic. Then his son will be an alcoholic. It's just something that comes through that bloodline. You feel what I'm saying? If you are a brother who's weak up under a woman, you're gonna birth a son who's weak up under a woman. Then you're gonna birth another son who's weaker. That's why you blame. That's why he's blaming Adam. You understand? He's blaming Adam because his weakness of being under a woman. That's what Adam's sin was. Because his weakness was that he listened to his wife after she sinned and followed her. You feel what I mean? So that's what he's saying. Wow, oh thou Adam, right? Go ahead.
It goes back to verse.
Ask war. Give me to about 9:15. All right. Go ahead. So now read that last line that you just read.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 49. For what profit is it unto us if there be promised us an immortal time, whereas we have done the works that bring death?
Go ahead.
Verse 50. And that there is promised us an everlasting hope, whereas ourselves being most wicked are made vain. And that there are laid up for us dwellings of health and safety, whereas we live wickedly.
Right. So he's saying all the things about us that of us being evil, wicked sinners, right? There was a time where we lived a life of not being worthy enough to see the kingdom of heaven and what's going to come. And the angel was trying to imprint into Esdras because Esdras was very ambitious. He's a very ambitious brother. He wanted to know the times. He was tired of his oppression. You get what I'm saying? He was tired of his oppression. He wanted to seek how can he get out of the oppression. And he seeked it so bad that the Lord actually came to him in a vision. So now we read all the other parts now. Take me to 57, right? One more time from the top.
Verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle.
Go ahead.
Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Shall what?
Shall fight.
Y'all understand, right? So that's what he's saying. He's saying this is the condition of the battle. Your condition, you could have been born a crack baby. You could have been born to no parents, right? Just think about the worst thing. You could have been born with HIV, right? Think about the worst things that can happen, or just kind of bad. The Lord expects you to fight those battles and win still. There's no excuse. There's no, what's that called when you feel sorry for somebody? Not empathy. Empathy is a good word, but that's not. Go ahead. Pity. There you go. Pity. There's no pity for your issue. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever condition that you came into this life, into this world in, the Lord expects you to overcome it. You understand? The Lord expects you to overcome it, and he expects you to win it. Read it again, 57.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle.
Right. Your condition, listen, this is the condition of the battle. Whatever your condition is, it's a battle. Right? Some cats might come in here and be like, they feel white. They don't feel as black. Y'all know people like that? They don't feel as black. They feel like, because they grew up around white people, they don't feel as black. That's their battle. The Lord expects them to overcome it. You understand? I mean, you might feel like you don't, as a man, you don't know women like you. Okay, who cares? The Lord expects you to get over that and win the battle. You understand? He doesn't want you to buy prostitutes because women don't like you. That's not your scapegoat. Y'all with me, right? He doesn't care about that. His whole thing is serve God, whatever your problem is. Y'all with me? Doesn't care if your whole family was crackheads or whatever. He expects you not to be one. So then your condition doesn't matter to the Lord. Only thing that matters to the Lord is if you deny yourself those things and serve him. It's the only thing that matters. Keep going.
Which man that is born upon the earth shall fight.
Shall what?
Shall fight.
Right. Y'all heard this many times. Life is about warfare. Y'all heard that, right? Life, that's what life is about. Warfare. And men and women on the earth shall fight. So like you 1 second. Hey, shalom, sir. Y'all about some Hello? Yeah, hey, Slack, I'm in class. Yep. Come. Hello, Christ. Y'all understand, right? So he wants you to fight that thing. He wants you to fight it and not cry about it. Right? Don't cry about it. Don't cry about it. Don't come to this place and cry about the things that suffer you in your life. You know, my mother, she was never there for me. My dad, a lot of cats want to talk about their father, right? A lot of Judites for sure, right? Want to talk about their father not being there, and that's the whole reason why your life is in shambles because your father wasn't there. When really, if your father was there, you would hate your father. Jeremiah Hyman says that all the time because your father is the person who is going to check you. A healthy father, you know, there's drug addict fathers who check their children. Y'all know that, right? They're drug addicts and they still put fear in their child because they're a father. You know what I mean? A lot of black people, a lot of Judites, I should say, because they didn't have a father, they think their whole life they blame everything on him. Don't do that. It's a common thing we have when you don't have your father around, that the Lord doesn't care. Come it up.
So like, sir, you know how you're saying, like, don't fall weak. Like, but this is talking about like chastising, right?
Well, no, this ain't chastising. This is just not feeling your pity. This is not someone sympathizing with you. That's what it is.
I was going to ask her, like, let's say I'm breaking down a class. Can I use like Hebrews 12 and 5 to like what is it 8, where it talks about like, you know, like it says like don't fall faint to the chastising.
That's a good one.
Because we're, you know, it's talking about like the reason why we are punished when we come back is because of our past lives, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't precept with this precept. Nah, this is a little different. Well, okay, yes, but not this verse. I will use the verses above it.
Verse 8, where it says, if I could, sir, it says, but if ye be without chastisement,
that's what I would use.
We're of all our partakers. Like we're partakers
Of chastising.
Of the punishment,
Right. That's the verse I would use, not this one, because it has the same word in it. That's always a line for me when precepts have the same words. That's what I use. You get what I'm saying? So now keep going.
Verse 58. That if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say.
You understand? If he get the what?
But if he get the victory,
the what?
The victory.
Go ahead.
He shall receive the thing that I say.
You understand that, right? But if you get the win, which is important, is to get wins. You understand, right? To get the wins in life, to get the wins in your battles, right? So let's say you lose a battle in your life with your flesh. That's just a battle. It's okay. You'll lose, whatever. But the war is not over. Y'all understand, right? There's going to be another battle in about 30 minutes or the next day, next week. Y'all understand, right? So you have to win. You might lose a battle or two. That's okay. Don't think about it as the end of the world. Think about it like, I can't wait till my next battle. Think about it like that. You understand? Think about it like, I can't wait till my next battle because I'm going to fight, right? I'm going to fight. And how do I fight? What is the mindset of fighting when it comes to a battle? Because not all battles are not the same. But every battle, you should have the mindset of your children are in the house. This is your child. Like, say you're in the home, right? Your children are in the home. And there's someone trying to break into that home to hurt your children. That's the fight you have to think of. Y'all with me? That's the fight. So now, every time you lose a battle, just know that your children just got slaughtered because you're weak. Y'all with me? So take that mindset into every spiritual battle that you have. You understand? And if you think about it like that, you'll be perfect. Right or wrong. You love your children, right? So if you love your children, you're gonna go in there like, oh damn, Dad, we about to fight. You about to fight, kick, scratch, bite, all that until it's over. Y'all understand? So if you take that mindset into every battle, every spiritual battle that you have, then there's no reason why you wouldn't get the kingdom of heaven. But if you lose, you know that you don't love your children. You understand? Know that you do not love your child. And you just like, losing. Right? So where we at now? Keep reading a little more if I could.
Come. Verse 59.
Mm-hmm.
For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived.
Right. So you could drop that. So now Moses spoke about these things and where? In Leviticus and Deuteronomy. He spoke about these things, right? He told you what life could be like if you serve God. And he also said what life is going to be like when you disobey God. And that's what the curses was. You understand? All right, solid. You got your hand up, not to that.
So, okay, sir, I'm still holding Ecclesiastes 4 and 28.
Come on, read it.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4 and verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
Strive for truth unto death.
One more time.
Strive for truth. Strive for the truth unto death.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall fight for thee.
Y'all understand, right? Like the life that you live, like it's not people. Why do people don't come into the ISUPK? Because they ain't trying to strive for truth until they die. Because that sounds hard. You have to, and here, this is our lifestyle. Y'all understand, right? It's a lifestyle that we live. This ain't a temporary thing. This ain't a phase for us. This is real life. And when you're dealing with real life things and you're dealing with real life issues, this is who you have to become. You have to strive for truth until the day you die or Christ's return. You understand? That's how you live your life going forward. Strive for that. Every day you wake up, I know everybody in this room, every day when you wake up, you think about the law. You know what I mean? You think about the truth. You think about the law. You think about the Most High. All these things are just normal things because you stepped foot in this room. So now you live life like, well, how should I do this? How should I do that? You get put in awkward positions where your faith might be tested, and you're expected to win those battles. You understand? Your faith might be tested. What happens mostly? Holiday parties at your slavery. You got a slavery, you might have a holiday party or something like that. You're like, damn, all this food here, I am starving, right? And you like, brothers call me like, listen, it's a lot concerned. It's just food here. Damn Christmas. You know what I mean? What should I do about this food? Sometimes I'll say, don't eat that food, Doc. Don't eat that food. You know what I mean? It's the day of Christmas. Other times I'll be like, what they got over there? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got some money? You know what I mean? Go get some food, Doc. Why you got to eat that food? You know what I mean? So like I'll give you, every answer might be different, but the main thing is that your mindset is set on how I should live my life. You don't want to make mistakes because mistakes can be deadly. You understand? No sweat. You got that out? Somebody, everybody pull this. Read it.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 24. The book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 16.
24 and 16. Everybody go there.
For a just man falleth 7 times.
A just man falleth 7 times. Go ahead.
And riseth up again.
And he rise up again. That's what a just man do. If you fall, get back up. That's fighting. You understand? That's what fighting is. Fighting is getting back up. Y'all, growing up, you ever heard this, right? Like I know people older than me growing up, I'm 11, 10, 12 years old. They said, listen, win, lose, or draw, you got to fight. You got to fight. Win, lose, or draw. You ain't win every fight, but at least you fought, though. Y'all understand, right? So now they tell you that, not knowing that's scriptural. Fight. Don't never turn it down. Y'all know that, right? Y'all turned it down? Never, right? You don't never turn it down. You can't turn down. Growing up, they say you turn down the fade. Now everyone looks at you like what? coward, right? Isupk, no cowards. You understand, right? You at least you can't turn it down. You gotta just fight. Win, lose, or draw. You ain't no punk though, right? So the scripture say, a just man, what?
For a just man falleth 7 times
You understand? A just man, he gonna fall 7 times. Go ahead.
and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief.
You understand? But he gonna get back up again. But the wicked, they gonna fall into mischief though. They gonna never fight again. Y'all with me, right? They rather not. They rather not go there. They rather just do what appeases to them. It makes them feel good. But a righteous brother, he'll make a mistake and say, you know, I made that mistake. But I won't make that mistake again. Then he make another mistake and he'll say it again and again and again. But he's fighting. That's a warrior. That's a soldier. You understand? But if you're not that, you would fall into mischief. And when you're coming into the truth, you feel like when you do something wrong, that the Lord doesn't deem you worthy. When sometimes that's just the trial. It's trial and error. It's trial and error. As long as you living, you have a chance. You understand? As long as you breathing air in your lungs and doing and walking and talking, the Lord says you have another chance. So the moment you give that up, how many chances do you have left? That's what you got to think of. You understand? That's what you got to think of. Once I stop fighting, what is my life going to be like? Because now you're not even someone that can fight. So what good are you? You feel what I mean? All right, no sweat. Let's switch gears. Any questions on that topic? Any questions off the topic? Go ahead, Kratazar.
I got a question on Leviticus 21:10-14.
Nazar, can you give me some water with some ice bubbles? You had a question on what?
Leviticus 21:10-14.
Can I get a time check at 8:55? All right, no sweat. Go ahead.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 21, verse 10. And he that is the high priest among his brethren, upon whose head the anointing oil was poured, and that it is consecrated to put on the garments, shall not uncover his head nor rend his clothes. Neither shall he go into any dead body, nor defile him for his father or for his mother.
Mm-hmm.
Neither shall he go out of the sanctuary, nor profane the sanctuary of his power. For the crown of the anointing oil of his God is upon him, and I am the Lord.
What's your question?
I just need a breakdown of that.
Okay. Can you read it one more time? So like Nazar, what's going on? Nah, it's fine. It's fine. That's fine. You can sit down. Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Also on 14:2, sir, if I could just read from the top.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Leviticus 21:10.
The water, though, all right.
And he that is the high priest among his brethren, upon whose head the anointing oil was poured, and that is consecrated to put on the garment, shall not uncover his head nor rend his clothes. Neither shall he go into any dead body, nor defile himself for his father or for his mother. Neither shall he go out of the sanctuary, nor profane the sanctuary of his power. For the crown of anointing oil of his God is upon him. I am the Lord.
Okay, text me this precept so I can double check. Right, I'm gonna give you what I remember from this precept. Right, this is talking about the high priest. Right, this is Levitical. This is Levitical priesthood. Basically, this brother couldn't be ever unclean. You know what I mean? Because he had to be servicing the people. He had to be working. That's what this is talking about. So that's why he can't go into the place where the dead body is. He can't do this. He can't do that because he has to be clean at all times so he can do the service of a priest.
So then, if I could, just about because it goes into a wife and her virginity and a widow of a divorced man. So this don't apply to us at all, right?
No, hell no, not right now. We do all those things. We'll go to a funeral. Just think about that. You would go to the funeral. You know what I mean? Yeah. But this was a cat that he's the Levitical priest and he's the highest ranking man in his family, and this brother can never be unclean. There was like there was a time when Levi priests wouldn't even have sex with a woman if she had sex with another man. You get what I'm saying? They were so it was so pure. Even if the man died, they wouldn't have sex with her. Is in that realm. But just text me that precept so I can just double check and make sure. Any other question? Comment down.
So like I have a question, but I also want to offer you. I have a sparkling lemon water in the car.
No, that's fine. It's all right. The water, I appreciate it though.
I have a question, sir.
Mm-hmm.
In Ezekiel 20 and 25,
Uh-huh.
and it says, "Wherefore I gave them also statutes that were not good, and judgments whereby they should not live." I was gonna say, what is that speaking on, sir? The judgments that were not good. I mean, so like the statutes that were not good,
Mm-hmm.
and the judgments that were not. So like the judgments whereby they should not live.
Okay. This is Ezekiel saying this, right? Give me
So,
2 verses up.
come. Verse 23. Ezekiel 20 and 23. I lifted up mine hand unto them also in the wilderness, that I would scatter them among the heathen and disperse them through the countries.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 24, because they had not executed my judgments,
Go ahead.
but had despised my statutes,
Mm-hmm.
and had polluted my Sabbaths.
Go ahead.
And their eyes were after their fathers' idols.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 25, wherefore I gave them also statutes that were not good,
Mm-hmm.
and judgments whereby they should not live. 26, and I polluted them in their own gifts, in that they caused to pass through the fire all that openeth the womb.
Right. So this is heavy, right? So the Lord gave them the right statutes first. Then he gave them another way to live. You get what I mean? That other way to live was how we live today in America. Right? And those judgments that we got is the judgments we get in America. Not the Lord's, because they didn't want the Lord's statutes, right? So they chose the people's statutes. They didn't want the Lord's judgment, so they chose the people's judgments. And now the Lord punished them for that. That's what that precept's talking about. All right. Any other questions? Laha.
I had a question on Zechariah 14, 16 through 18.
Zechariah 14 what?
14,
Mm-hmm.
16 through
18. Go ahead.
through 19.
Oh, 19. Go ahead.
Well, my question was, so this is pretty much talking about the heathen, that they're going to start taking our high holy days.
I gotta hear it.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Zechariah 14 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not, they have no rain.
Mm-hmm.
There shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. This shall be the punishment of Egypt, and the punishment of all nations that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
Go ahead. What's your question?
So what I'm saying is that, like, they're being punished for not keeping our high holy days. So like in our kingdom, I believe like there's a future prophecy.
Yeah, that's it. That's true. It's just a future prophecy of what's going to happen to heathens when they don't serve all high holy days. That's all. Question.
So I got a question, and I got a question on what you just said. So, heathens in the kingdom going to be serving all high holidays, like keeping Sabbath?
Yes. Just like we celebrate July 4th.
So we have like our temple, so heathens going to be coming.
No. That's holy. But they will keep it in their place. You get what I'm saying? They'll never be amongst us, like just like Christianity. You know what I mean? Never that. But in their place, they will celebrate it. Yeah, at they Israelite temple for Indians. You get what I'm saying? Like that's where they'll serve that, but they'll never be amongst us though. Because remember, the Lord wants us separate. That's the whole point. But they will be following every law that's in their jurisdiction of what we believe. You feel what I mean? You got another question? 4 and 10. Go ahead.
have despised the day of small things, for they shall rejoice and shall see the plenty in the land as Zerubbabel with those seven. They are the eyes of the Lord, which run to and fro through the whole earth.
What's your question?
What is Zerubbabel?
Zerubbabel's a brother.
And who's those seven?
The seven, okay. The seven, I don't know who the seven is, but Zerubbabel is a brother who built a temple with only Israelites when heathens wanted to help him, right? Heathens wanted to help him build the temple. He said we should build it ourselves. Like meaning they can't touch the bricks that go into this temple. All right. But like I said, just text me that and I'll answer that for you next week. All right. I don't know who the seven is though. Live.
I have one more question.
Go ahead.
Just a breakdown. Exactly.
Give me to 9:30. Go ahead.
Revelation 12 and 14. I want to know if I can use this for like the second wilderness. Revelations 12 and 14. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and half a time from the face of the serpent.
What's your question?
So like you can use this for a breakdown for the second wilderness.
One more time.
And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place, where she is nourished for a time, and times, and half a time from the face of the serpent.
Okay, yes. Okay, okay. That sounds good. Only question is, what does that eagle represent? That's what I would have to ask. So I need to know what that eagle represents so I can break that down. But it sounds like that's correct because we will be nourished in the wilderness, but I need to know what that eagle is. So just text me that as well, all right? I'll break it down for you next week. Any other questions? Good to go? All right, so let's get into the last topic. What is the role of a woman, right? We said at the beginning of the class. We're going to get to all of them. We'll get to the first 7, all right? Give me Ecclesiastes 26 and 2.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband.
Hey, say it one more time.
A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband.
Somebody look up rejoice. Everybody think they know what that means, right? Rejoice. Look up rejoice, right? One more time from the top. Right?
Come. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband.
What does virtue mean again? I said it earlier in class. Ash. Skillful is good. I take it, but I said it earlier in class. Yo, man. Good. Yes. Goodness, right? A good woman, right? Virtue is skillful is, yes, that's what a woman far above Ruby, she has skills, right? But it's the goodness of a woman. Who got rejoiceful? Hold on, come, go ahead, Oscar. I mean, like Crosser.
Rejoice out of the Merriam-Webster. To give joy, to gladden.
To what?
To give joy, and it says gladden.
Mm-hmm.
To feel joy or great delight.
To feel joy or great delight. Go ahead. Okay, no sweat. To give joy and great delight, right? You know what I mean? That's what it means to rejoiceth her husband. Go ahead. Verse 3.
And he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
And he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. So now this is what I would give to brothers, right? Every woman who chooses a man and she's with that man, she should love that man, right? But also a man should be a brother who should be rejoiced. Y'all understand? You should be a brother who strives to be rejoiced. If you know your work and you know the things you do, you should want to be appreciated by your woman. Just like women want to be appreciated, right? A man, Salakia, women want to be appreciated. Men want to be appreciated by their woman as well. It's empowering for some men. Y'all understand? It's good that a woman will love you, enjoy, and appreciate you that way. You know what I mean? Some men need that. You understand, right? Give me Genesis 3 and 16. that the end of 3?
That was the end of 2, sir.
Salaki, read verse 3.
Come. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 26, verse 3. A good wife is a good portion.
Right. A good wife is a good portion, right? A good portion, right? So 2 portions make a whole. You understand, right? So you have the husband is a portion and the wife is a portion. But 2 portions make a whole, right? Can you read it from the top one more time?
Come. A good wife is a good portion.
A good wife is a good portion. Being a good wife is a skill. It's something that you should hold dear to your heart of who you should be, who you want to be. You know what I mean? If you're with a man, you want to be good to that brother, no matter what he is, no matter how he is. You understand, right? You want to be good to that brother because you chose to be with him. And he needs to know that you're a good wife. A lot of sisters out here is not good wives, Akim. You understand? That's why you come in here and try to choose the right one. You choose the wrong one, she is going to shame you. She's going to talk about you. She's going to sleep with other men and then sleep with you. You understand? So you don't want to choose the wrong one. Choose the right one, right? Don't be caught up into what a woman looks like so much. I know that's part of what you want, but don't be caught up into it so much. Look at the kindness of her heart, right? Look at who she is as a person. Look at a woman like, is this a person I want to raise children with? You get what I'm saying? This is a person that will have my back, right? This is a person who will, that I can be proud of, right? If you're looking for a woman just to satisfy you for however long you have sex, right? That's the wrong way to look at a woman, because that woman is not necessarily good for you. You understand? She's not going to be necessarily good for you because all you thought about was having sex with her. You want to go into a relationship like that, right? Now, if you look at a woman and you want to have sex with her, at least get to know who she is first before you have sex with her. Get turned off. That's okay. You understand, right? To get turned off is a good thing. And you like, okay, I thought that was a good woman, but I was wrong. And now you dodged the bullet, right? Any more?
Come. It says, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord.
Right. So now a man who fears God will get a good woman, though. You'll get a good woman. Fear God. You want a good woman, fear the Most High. Now, if you want a whatever other woman, then don't fear the Lord, and then let your problems stack up. You get what I'm saying? Let everyone know that you the brother who got that woman, and we all just ashamed and embarrassed for you. We just like, damn. Pray for that brother. Right? Just pray for him. Can't leave her. You can't leave her, Akim. Give me Genesis 3:16.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children.
Right. In the sorrow, listen, what the woman did, the Lord punished her for that, right? The Lord punished for Eve for what? What did Eve do? Go ahead.
She listened to the snake, which caused her to follow a culture that's not hers.
Yeah, she disobeyed the Most High and then listened to a snake, which was a spirit of the white man, right? When you hear that word snake in the Bible, always know that the snake is synonymous with being slick and being manipulative, being crafty, right? And it's synonymous with who the white man is in the Bible. Remember, this Bible calls him the most subtle beast of the field. You understand, right? So those things you got to think of. And what did Eve do? Eve disobeyed the Most High, right? And then in disobeying her, he punished her with this. Read 3:16 from the top.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception.
Yeah, I'm going to greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy what?
And thy conception.
And thy conception. Go ahead.
In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children.
Mm-hmm.
And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
Like, I don't know if you ever looked at the statistic, man. When black women have a child, man, a lot of women die. You understand that, right? A lot of black women, that is a spiritual thing. A lot of black women die while giving birth. It's almost a miracle when a black woman survives that, because the rate is ridiculous. Not necessarily because they're not able to birth the child. It's because how the doctor handles the woman. You understand? Because black people are looked at as being strong stronger than others. So when a white person is in pain, they'll give that white person all the meds they need. When a black person is in pain because of who you are, they'll say you're stronger than that. You don't need it. So now you suffer through that, and now you die. You understand? So the Lord said that about us, 6,000 years ago. Go ahead.
So I got a question. So you know how brothers in the kingdom, we will be coming to perfect form. Like, will this reproach be taken away from sisters?
Absolutely. Yes. Precept. Anybody know? Go ahead, Lon. Paraphrase it. Go ahead.
There will be no more sorrow, no more pain, no more crying.
That's it. Y'all understand, right? This will not continue. This is a curse. It's a curse while we under oppression. You know what I mean? Now, also, you can come into the truth, and the Lord can protect you as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, it says all things become new. I think it's Corinthians 5:17. You use that precept as well, all right? Any more on that? No sweat. Give me 1 Corinthians 11:3. So now we're reading the role of, we talking about what the role of a woman is, right? Somebody put that precept where the Lord said that she should be a helpmeet towards her husband. She should be a helpmeet. It's in Genesis.
You still want 1 Corinthians?
Now give me 1 Corinthians first, and then give me the where she should be a helpmeet in Genesis.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
The head of every man is Christ. Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is the man. Go ahead.
And the head of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ is what?
Is God.
Right. So those are the roles that we have to play. So imagine us not wanting to do our roles, right? Imagine us looking at our roles like, oh, no, that ain't right. You feel what I'm saying? No, we're going to do 50-50, right? Like in America, because of society and because of doctrines and because of, the white man hating Jacob, right? He hates Jacob. He hates the thought of a black man, Hispanic man having power in his household. You feel what I'm saying? He hates that idea because the idea of you being in charge changes his mindset or changes his influence on that household. You feel what I mean? It changes the influence because now you're saying, mind you, like, okay, so you got families, y'all know what gender fluidity is, right? Gender fluidity? It's, it's the new thing where your child says, they're born a boy, feels like a girl. Their gender changes, right? Their homosexual preference changes or their sexual preference changes because they feel like they're homosexual. They feel like this. And if you're in a house with a man, your father is what? What is the father going to do? Young man.
Dishonor?
Huh?
Dishonor?
You can't dishonor a 6-year-old, right? What is the father going to do? Chastise the child. He's going to chastise that child and teach the child. He's really going to teach the child. The child might think that he could play with a girl's toy. What's the father going to say? Go ahead.
You're going to discipline, but don't play with him.
Yeah, he's not necessarily discipline. I wouldn't discipline my child if he's. Go ahead.
Not okay for that particular action. Not discipline them, but teach them.
That's all. You will correct them and teach them. That's for girls. You get what I'm saying? So now the child knows that what? Oh, that's for girls. That's not for boys. Now you get boy toys and you play with those toys. That's fine. A father in that household is going to teach them. Not saying the mother won't, but a father is going to enforce it. You understand? That father is going to say, no, you can't do that. Then he's going to show them how to do boy stuff and manly stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So now the white man does not want that. Doesn't want that for you. He wants your household to be weak. Why do you think you have households set up the way they are now? Right? Someone give me Mark 27:9. The way households are set up now is what? A woman runs the household. She's in charge of her home. There's no father in the house, right? Child support is set up. Prison system set up. Welfare system set up. Food stamps and all that, right? There is all these variables that make you not want to be a family. Go ahead.
It's like, if I could, it's like, just to add on to what you're saying, like the role of the father is important because, like, I mean, a lot of times, like, you know, like the wife all day yelling at the son or the children, stop, don't do this, don't do that.
Uh-huh.
And then dad come home, he said it once or twice and then gets done.
Right. Ain't no more yelling.
Ain't no more yelling.
Yeah. I get called on my phone. Can you tell these kids to stop? I get on there like get in character. Hey, stop. The kids stop, right? The kids like, go ahead. I think it's 27-9. Try it. Or 9 and 27. Try both of them, right? But you absolutely correct, right? You know what I mean? Like you put the fear in the child, not to make them scared of you, but the volume of your voice changes the child, right? When you pop your child, you hit a little harder. So the kid is like, I don't want that problem. You feel what I'm saying? So let me be good. Right? So now imagine you don't have that though, right? Imagine you don't have a father telling your child what to do. How is your child gonna act? He's gonna be a menace to society. He's gonna be, everything bad that we come up with. I know as soon as my dad went to prison, I was horrible. But when he was there, I was not horrible. You get what I'm saying? But when he was gone, my mom didn't matter. She didn't matter. Bigger than her. She can't hurt me, right? My father is bigger than me, though. He will hurt me. And I did not want that. Y'all understand? So imagine what a father can do compared to what a mother can do. A mother does a lot of things, but she can't discipline you. You understand? She can't do that. That's for fathers, right? So now read that for me.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 27.
Mm-hmm.
But Yahushua took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose.
No, that ain't it. It ain't 27-9?
It's like, there's no 27.
Is that Mark?
This is Mark. There's no 27.
Try 27 and 19. 1927? Where it says the bind the strong man up? Salakia. I thought it was in Mark. Go ahead, Lot. Yeah, read that real quick. Just let me know when you got it out. Help me. Give me the help me.
Genesis 2 and 18.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High Power said, it is not good that man should be alone.
Right. So when he created Adam, right? And he said, listen, Adam was on the earth and he gave Adam the instructions of life. He gave him the breath of life. Then he said, it's not good that this man dwell alone. Go ahead.
I will make him an help meet.
A what meet?
Help meet.
A what meet?
Help meet.
Help me. Go ahead.
For him.
Uh-huh. That's it, right? So now the Lord created a woman for what? Her to help her man. You understand? Now, so if I say that in today's society, they say y'all being sexist. Y'all are, that's toxic masculinity, right? When you think about a relationship or a marriage, you think about it as a team. Think about we're doing things as a team, right? And on every team, there's a role that people play, right or wrong. Every team has you go to Lakers got a team, right? Lakers. Brothers ain't Laker fans. All right, so say you're a Lakers fan, right? Everyone know who the captain of that team is, right or wrong. They know who the captain is. They know who the second player is, the third option, right? They know all these things. And in a marriage, you got to know these things. When you're in a marriage, who's your captain? The husband should be your captain. Your wife should be your second option. You feel what I'm saying? She should be the woman who helps you win. Y'all understand? You got to be able to help your husband win. If he's leading your household, if he's in charge, then be the second player to help him win. If he's the captain, if you want him to be in charge, he needs your help. You get what I'm saying? Even if you're the breadwinner, even if you do pay all the bills and all that, he should still be making the decisions of where things should go. Y'all understand? So you make sure that your woman understands that, so your life can roll. Why? Because we just read 1 Corinthians 11 chapter, where the Lord said the man is the head of the woman, right? So if you can't switch those roles, because once you switch those roles, now what are you doing? Going against God. You understand? So you don't want to go against God, because once you go against God, now you're going downhill. Now you're letting your woman lead, and now you're going to be, being divorced soon, or her looking at another man and desiring him because he takes charge and you don't. Y'all understand? Don't women listen, as much as people say on TV, happy wife, happy life. Having a happy wife is good. Don't get me wrong. That's a good thing. But her being in charge doesn't necessarily make her happy. You understand? She doesn't want to be in charge. She doesn't want to lead. It's too much of a burden. You're gonna have to lead. You're gonna have to be in charge. Y'all with me, right? You got that up? You got the preset? Go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 22. Then was brought unto him one possessed.
That's not it. Mark 3 and 27. Throw out I appreciate you. 3 and 27. We was talking about how effective a man is in a household, right? And how a man should be there. That's why it's important in the Isupk. Listen, if you came into the truth with a woman in the world and she does her worldly woman things, man, don't sweat that, man. Don't sweat that. You suffer. You're gonna have to suffer that. But the next woman you pick, make sure that you are in that household. Make sure that she serves the Most High, because you wouldn't want to have to, be with a monster. You know what I'm saying? I would never tell a brother to suffer under a monster. I would never say that. I would never tell a brother that, because that's not how you should live your life. You know what I mean? Now, there might be consequences behind that, such as child support and wickedness and never seeing your child, but that's not worth your integrity. You understand? Go ahead.
The book of Mark, chapter 3, and verse 27.
Uh-huh.
No man can enter into a strong man's house.
Go ahead.
And spoil his goods.
Mm-hmm.
Strong man, except he will first bind the strong man.
And that's what he does. Esau binds that strong man up, puts him in a bind. What are those binds? Those binds could be not getting a job. So many brothers suffer from not getting a slavery or having a slavery that is just, it's degrading. Or it's just, a slavery where it's just like you don't feel, what's that word out? Fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? That's one way he'll bind you. Another way he'll bind you is telling your woman that she can't live, you can't live in her lower income housing because you're a man. So he has to sneak around to come sleep with you. That's degrading to a man. You understand? Give me some more examples. Go ahead, Atazan.
I was gonna say jail,
Jail, child support. All these things will, put you in a bind, put you in a position of being inferior. You feel what I'm saying? And it takes and that toll of having that on you, it pushes you to want to be a drug dealer. You feel what I'm saying? It pushes you into a position of wanting to be a thief and to do things to make a woman happy and make a woman proud. It makes you do evil things because you feel like you need to do that. You feel what I mean? That's the society. That's how it's set up, though. It's set up just like that, so you can go to prison. So you can go to prison, and now you can be poor in prison, and somebody else is sleeping with your woman now. And same thing's gonna happen to him. You get what I'm saying? It's set up that way. It's set up that way. So you have to overcome it with getting tools and getting counsel to not go down that route. You feel what I'm saying? You're gonna have to. Keep going.
And then he will spoil his house.
And he will what?
And then he will spoil his house.
To spoil someone's house is destroy his house. Destroy his children first. Now you see a child, you see a brother. You got two brothers out there. You got one brother who doesn't have a mother, and I'm going off most statistics, not like the 5%, right? You got one brother who doesn't have a father, and he becomes very feminine, very emotional, maybe or a menace. He's just in the streets, and he's just a gangster, right? So you have those, and then what you see as you see that growing up, you don't have your father around, so your mother might have a whole bunch of boyfriends, right? She might have a boyfriend or 2, 3. Now you got a stepdad, you got 2, 3 stepdads. You get what I'm saying? So now you're seeing men come in and out your mother's life. You're seeing that your sister, she's a half a slut at 14 years old, right? And because there's no one to protect her, right? So now, as a brother, you think you got to protect her. You got to be the one. You got to be a man So being a man, you can't be in your mind. You can't be a man without any money. You got to go get some money somehow, some way, right? Those are all the effects of not having a father. You feel what I'm saying? You get all these things, and now your house becomes a spoil. You feel me? Your house is spoiled. Your daughter is destroyed. Your son is destroyed, and just that's how it goes in every household. And what I'm saying is all too common because y'all all get it, right? Y'all all understand it. Y'all either lived it, seen it, and just been in it, right? You see it, and that's what happens to us. Keep going.
Verse 28, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 28. Verily I say unto you, all sins shall be forgiven.
Oh, so like, yeah, you could drop that. So now, give me Ephesians 5:22 through 24. I went off a little bit on as far as the role, so now let's get back to it. 5:22. Go ahead. And then Quasar, give me Ecclesiastes 36:24. Read it.
Ephesians 5:22.
Mm-hmm.
Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
Right. What does it mean to submit? Go ahead. Come down.
To humble yourself.
Humble yourself. Really, it's to give yourself over to him. Like surrender yourself to that man. You get what I'm saying? Like give him the power of decision making and give him the power over you. You feel what I mean? And you'll be like as sisters, right? Yeah, you'll be surprised if you give yourself over to your man, how much things will change. You get what I'm saying? You will give yourself over to your man, and things will change mentally for you. You know what I'm saying? Because so many of our women are taught to be, independent, right? To be strong. Why is black women taught to be so strong? Shouldn't a man be strong? Right? Like white women ain't taught to be independent, strong white women. I know that, right? They not taught to be like, you better be a strong, independent white woman. You better be a strong, independent Chinese woman. Y'all heard that before? They don't have to be strong. Why? Because they got men to be strong for them. You understand? But for some reason, black women got to be strong, independent. That's a lie. That's too much pressure. You understand? It's too much of a burden to be a strong, independent black woman. Black women are not meant to be independent. Hispanic women are not meant to be independent. They're good at it because they've been taught it from a young age. But that's not how you're supposed to be. You don't have to be strong. You don't have to be strong. You gotta let a man be strong for you. You understand? You gotta be able to be like, I need my man to be strong because I can't be strong. Any woman who has a man knows that she is not the strong one. And she depends and relies on her man to be strong for her. You understand? If you married to a black woman now, you know that you got to be the strong one because she's the weaker vessel, and that's fine. That's okay. More black and Hispanic women need to know that they don't have to be strong, and we got to teach them that. We got to teach them that you don't got to be independent. Those are good qualities. Listen, you can still have a career, you can still raise children, you can still do all the things you want to do as a woman who's married. You understand? Your strength shouldn't come in being by yourself. You feel me? That's what really strong and independent means, right? By yourself. Your strength comes from how you raise your children and how you treat your husband. That's your strength. You understand? That's the strength that you're looking for. Women still can be strong, but her strength shouldn't be by herself. And that's what the white man pushes out there in his music and his movies and all that. In those black movies you watch and the music that you listen to, that's what he pushes out to the black women is independency and not needing a man and being a whore and sleeping with multiple men. You feel what I mean? That's not the where strength lies for black women. All right. Any more on that? We got 5 and 22. No. Who just read? Keep going. Take me to the end of 24.
For the husband is the head of the wife.
For the husband is the head of the wife. Go ahead.
Even as Christ, Yahushua is the head of the church.
Keep going.
And he is the savior of the body.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ.
So now the church is subject unto Christ. Go ahead.
Let the wives be to their own husbands.
And let the wife be to their own husband. Go ahead.
In everything.
In everything. Go keep going. Any more? Go ahead.
Husbands, love your wives,
Uh-huh.
even as Christ also loved the church.
And what is your job as a husband, man? To love your woman, to love her. You get what I'm saying? What did Christ do for us? Go ahead. He died for us, right? That's get a brother in hand. So now, what is expected out of a man to do for his woman? Go ahead. To die for her. If it's necessary. So what does that mean for a woman? Anybody know? Brother? No. Nah. That's not her job to die for her husband. What does that mean, though? What does it mean for us? If Christ died for us, what does it mean that of us? What does that mean for us? Sis.
To like live for it, like live for him, like
Yeah, live after what Christ died for, right? Be worthy. So let a woman be worthy. You feel what I mean? Let her make sure she understands that. If I'm gonna put my life on the line for you, be worthy. Just like we are supposed to be worthy for Christ, be worthy for me as my wife. You understand? So I can die peacefully knowing that I died for someone good. You understand? That's how you gotta think, and that's why you gotta be good, so she can be good. Y'all understand, right? Because if you evil, you expect her to be righteous? Right? You got listen, if you want her to be righteous, you gotta be righteous. Precept. You already know. Pull it. Somebody get that Oscar War. It's in the Apocrypha. Go ahead, come it out when you got it. You got it, not to that? Someone trying to take it from you coming down. Go ahead, pull it. Hurry up.
Ecclesiastes 26 and 23.
Go ahead. What time is it? We got five minutes. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26 and verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord.
Y'all understand, right? You want to be righteous, be a righteous brother. You want a righteous woman, be a righteous brother. And vice versa. You feel what I mean? All right, solid. Okay, let me get two more precepts. 36 and 24. Yeah, you mean Ecclesiastes 36 and 24. And also, someone give me Romans 7 and 1. All right. What precept you just read, Commodore?
Ecclesiastes 26 and 23.
Solid. Read one more verse.
24?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 24. A dishonest woman contendeth shame.
Right, she contemneth shame, right? Go ahead.
But an honest woman will reverence her husband.
You understand? But an honest woman will respect and reverence her husband, man. You get what I mean? And a dishonest woman, she contempteth shame. Meaning what? She keeps that shame. She don't give a damn. That's a lot of women. I don't care. Right? I don't care what no one think. You like, don't do this. Please do not do this. And she like, I don't give a F. Everybody gonna know about these dirty draws. You like, damn. You like, damn, for real? You like, you really gonna do that? Yeah, I don't give a F. And then after she do it, she like, I was angry. I'm so sorry. I was just so angry at you, and and you like, damn. That's what a dishonest woman would do. Go ahead.
I believe I can't remember the precept. It's a precept that it talks about how a brother would get a wicked wife, and all the day long he goes like sighing and shaking his head.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's in Ecclesiastes. Yeah. You know what I mean? He just every time he hear about it with me, he damn. That's how you know these brothers was living in the truth or living in the spirit of being with the woman, because a brother still won't leave his woman. You feel what I'm saying? How many brothers okay, don't get me wrong, brothers definitely throw away women, but that is a very rare thing. Most women leave a man. A man doesn't really throw away a woman. That's very strange. Go ahead.
So like I was gonna say, like a man has to feel like really disgusting with his woman to leave.
Yeah, exactly. Like a woman had to like sleep with another man, really. But if she do anything else, a brother in the world not even gonna leave his woman. You feel what I mean? She gonna have to leave him for him to, and he gonna be hurt like that. She really left me. You know what I mean? Go ahead. Con, I got 1 minute. Let me get this. Let me look at these last two precepts. Romans 7:1.
It's like this is the book of Romans, chapter 7.
What's the other one y'all was holding? Okay. And also 1 Corinthians 7:10. All right, and we'll end it with 1 Corinthians 7:10. All right. I got more. We'll continue the rest of these at the beginning of class next week. And then I'll have a new topic. All right. Go ahead.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law hath dominion over a man as long as he liveth.
The law has dominion over us as long as we live. Go ahead.
Verse 2. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband as long as he liveth.
Right. A woman who has a husband is bound by the law as long as he liveth. You know what I'm saying? Like that woman and that man, according to God, should be together until one of them die. You know what I mean? Like that woman is bound to that man until he die. You know what I mean? Or he would throw her away. Right? Go ahead.
But if the husband be dead, she is loosed from the law of her husband.
Mm-hmm.
He reads her.
Is that the end of 3?
That's the end of 2, sir.
Okay, take me to the end of 3. 1 second.
Verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
So then if, while her husband liveth, she be married to another man.
Right. If her husband liveth and she be married to another man, go ahead.
She shall be called an adulteress.
She should be called an adulteress. Go ahead.
But if her husband be dead, she is free from the law.
Right. So when is she not being called an adulteress when the man is alive? Quan. When is she not called an adulteress when her man is alive?
When a man's alive,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would say he's living. The only way that I would say he threw her away, but
That's it. But what is our protocol?
you can't. You gotta suffer her.
Okay, come down.
So like I said, you gotta go to that man and ask if he still has interest in her, and if she says like then you to why, right?
You understand, right? So now, in this world, you might be with a woman who's been with a man who's still alive. You get what I'm saying? So you ask the sister how long she been single. She been single for whatever months or a year, right? You gotta call that cat, man. Now he might not answer the phone. He might be like, "Who is this calling me, man?" And you just like, "Look, brother, listen, right? Yeah, I'm about to take this to the next level. Are you sure?" Some cats are like, "Nah, I still love her. You better not." You like, all right, hey, no sweat, no problem. You like, yeah, you better not touch her, man. I still love her, man. Get away from her, man. You got some cats like, that's on you. You got it. You feel what I mean? That's whatever you want to do. I'm happy without her. All right, no sweat. So that's the protocol. And most of the time, these cats ain't never even trying to talk to nobody. You feel me? They don't want to even answer the phone. You feel what I mean? Coming up.
So like I was gonna say, the precept is 19 and 9.
Let me hear it.
It says, and I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committed adultery, and whosoever marry her which is put away, doth committed adultery.
Right. Perfect. Like the main thing about being in a marriage is not breaking the marriage. You know what I mean? Like, don't ever break the marriage that you have with your husband or your wife. Like, don't ever do that because the Lord. Now, there could be something there, whatever. But really, if you have sex with that man, that's your man for the rest of your life. Just think about it like that. You know what I mean? If you have sex with a woman, that is your woman for the rest of your life. She can't go nowhere. Go ahead.
So like I remember you saying this, that if you don't do your diligence in finding out if this man still wants his woman, and you sleep with her, and he comes back, and then he's like, I still want her. You know what I mean? gonna side with that man because you did not investigate.
Yeah, we're gonna kick you out.
Huh.
Yeah, you coming out. We're gonna kick you right out. They gonna be like, Commodore. Gotta go out. Give me a headpiece right now. Go out.
Okay, so let's say you call the cat, you don't answer the phone.
Yeah.
Then what?
You got, I mean, like it ain't like that word to the point where we're gonna just harass the cat. You feel what I mean? But we gotta do our due diligence. You know what I mean? Doing your due diligence is about 3 to 6 months. You feel me? It could be a month. It depends on you, but like do your due diligence though. You know what I mean? Like if she stopped texting you back after 9 p.m., that's something. You gotta know that she was laying next to her husband. You feel what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I was gonna say like exactly what you said. Like if you find yourself in a situation like that, don't be eager in a rush.
Yeah.
To marry the woman. At least give yourself an ample amount of time
Mhm.
to say, I did my part in reaching out, and I gave it all the time, checked her out,
Yeah.
analyzed her, and it was what I thought it was to be. So
Exactly. Ash, I know you about to tell me about time check. Let me get the last preset. You finish that where you was at.
Come. The book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Start from the middle. But if her husband be dead, she is free from the law, so that she is no adulteress.
Go ahead.
Though she be married to another man. That's it for verse 3.
All right, no sweat. Give me 1 Corinthians 7 and 10. We'll end it with that.
Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. Let not the wife depart from her husband.
Say it one more time.
Don't think so?
Mm-hmm.
1 Corinthians 7 and 10. And unto the married I command, yet not I, but the Lord. Let not the wife depart from her husband. But if she depart, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband, and let not her husband put away his wife.
Y'all understand, right? Good to go? Any other questions? Solid. With that, pass the class over to Preaching Officer Oscar Ward.
Israel Majum, please stand. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak.
How Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Aquafin, if you could please stand, your sisters. Akim, Soren, face the sisters.
Y'all got the salute down? No sweat. You might want to word for word, all right?
Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak.
Yahweh Shamar, Hashem Yahshua.
Yahweh, Shamar, Al, Atham, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Yani Matah dismissed.
what's up? Yeah, I'm excited about what's coming right now.
Hey, not. They do it with their hands. We're not getting one close.
calling it now, though.
Like,
So what did I got your money,
I wasn't even thinking about that. I didn't even know nothing about that. Don't worry about this. I'll just accept the victory. That's it.
Man, listen, don't act like you wasn't stressed though.
Man, I was stressing. Third quarter, I stepped out in my parking lot, just sat there, just stared at the stars, like, we really up out of here.
And then look what happened.
We going home.
And then shit, he missed that interception. He was like,
man,
I seen that. I was like, oh,
yeah,
that was the game.
That was it.
I was like, this, oh shit, man.
That was it right there.
I called him earlier. He was like, I don't even care about it. He called me back like, yo, Cap. So what I'm saying though, like, listen.
Yep.
Man, it was cool though.
Jimmy G about to go to the Steelers.
Yeah. I thought he was going to Seahawks.
They talking about it.
I don't know why people think he's a bad quarterback.
He's not a bad quarterback.
He don't make mistakes.
Like, without him, the Niners wouldn't really come out.
I don't know. I don't never see it. Every time we play us, I don't never see it.
He just fluked in the fourth quarter.
Come
on, bro.
Defense was on.
Yeah, listen.
Defense was on him.
Yeah, but that's when you get paid. That's what you get paid for.
He got them to that position.
So he got them there. But
before Jimmy G, they wasn't doing nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Though, why do you want somebody that's not a finisher? He's not a finisher, man. Listen, I don't care about that play. Listen.
He's a solid quarterback. He's better than a lot of quarterbacks.
He's a solid quarterback, but Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers in the fourth quarter. Brady is Brady in the front quarter.
Aaron Rodgers ain't even get to the count. What? He beat Aaron Rodgers.
Listen.
He beat Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers.
So what I'm saying is how old is Aaron Rodgers in comparison to
Oh man, that don't even matter.
Football years, it don't matter.
Football don't matter. He's not running up and down the field, throwing the ball. If anything, he has an advantage because he's older. Tom Brady proved that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Tom Brady is a one-of-a-kind.
Didn't the 49ers beat the Green Bay Packers last year, too?
Yeah, they beat them every playoff.
Come on.
They undefeated.
All I'm saying is
4-0 against them. Sir, that don't mean Jimmy G's solid.
Yeah, Jimmy G, he'll make mistakes often.
He's solid, but that Rams defensive line is crazy. You can't do nothing against it. Aaron Donald had he did the same thing to Kyler Murray. Remember he was in the end zone and he just threw it up because they was on him. Safety
I'm just like, bro, you could have took that sack, dog. Like you would have more.
He could have took the sack.
Like why would you?
But the reason why he's trying to throw it out of bounds,
is stop the clock.
Stop the clock, and he wouldn't put him back so far.
Yeah, that's the reality. What's up?
Oh, Salaki. Oh yeah, we forgot to press the.
Because